Hey guys, what's up? It's Stick with Laura, and I'm here today with another Media Journal update with me. In today's video, I'm going to start my media journal for July. In previous videos, I have shown you guys my setup with me. So I have done all of these pages, and this is up to date. Like the first part, obviously, not the rest, is up to date from when I'm filming this on, what day is it? It's September 27th, so the end of September. So this is what everything is looking like so far. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog chewing a bone in the background. I really hope you can't, but if you can, I apologize because it's probably kind of annoying. I have my Gameria spread. That was my first media journal spread. I have that, and then I have my January through April spreads. And then I also just did my May and June spread. So today we're going to start with July, maybe get through August if we can. August is such a big month in my media journal. I do also want to apologize that I am a little bit sick. So if I sound sick, that is why. It's because I am sick. So I just took this July sticker from SPC's like Advent, I guess. And so this month I have a game, I have two movies, and I have a book. So on this first half, I'm going to be doing the first movie and then the game. So we're going to need a little bit of a divider. Let's put the movie down first. So the movie we watched, which we did go to the beach in July, and so the book I read was at the beach, and then the movie I watched was at the beach. But it was Wild Robot. We decided to just put that on one night at the beach, and it was such a good movie. I loved it. It was like kind of boring, but I thought the story was so good, so I had to rate it 5 stars and display it in my media journal. I do have these new dividers I wanted to use for this particular spread. I thought this theme and my video game theme would go kind of hand in hand. So let me find these dividers. RQ. Okay, I have these cute little tree dividers that I thought would be perfect for this spread. The video game I'm showcasing is Peak, which is a mountain climbing game. So also super outdoorsies. And Peak is probably, I'm not gonna lie, probably gonna be my game of the year. I have been obsessed with Peak. So yeah, I've been really into it. Okay, I'm gonna put this divider down here and see how that looks. Oh, it's not across the whole thing, so let me center it. So Wild Robot is like about a robot who like learns to become like a little maternal creature because she looks to care for this little baby duckling, which you can see right here. And it's just a really cute, like wholesome story. It was like very friendly for kids, and it was just really, really cute. So let's see. These are the quotes. I think these are the two. I do not have the programming to be a mother. No one does. We just make it up. And what happened was not your fault, but what you did to try to fix it is everything. I think that's a quote from the movie. So I'm going to find some boxes that will hopefully fit these quotes in. All right, guys, I'm back. I feel like I'm going to need to buy more quote boxes for the other spread. But I have this first quote here. These quotes are both from the movie. I Googled it because sometimes I got to do that because I forgot where my quotes came from. I think I need more boxes, which sucks because I used all these. Okay, so let's put this up here. It's a little off. Put that there. I don't want that on the edge. Okay. And then put this, oh no, I feel like it doesn't even fit right here. And then we'll put the stars in, which I did rate this movie 5 stars just because I thought the story was really cute and it was just really good. I feel like I'm covering a lot of this with the quotes, which sucks. But we're just gonna leave that there. And then I do have Peak, which hopefully this fits. So I'm not gonna rate Peak. I do rate my games on my video game tracker though, if you're curious for like a rating, but I just don't feel like there's like a point in rating them. Where's my video game tracker? Here. I haven't rated, oh no, I rated Peak 5 stars, of course. But yeah, Peak is, so Wild Robot's like a cute, like, kids movie. Is it Pixar? I don't know. Peak is a cooperative, working together game where you try and climb up a mountain together. And there's like 4 summits to get up. I have these things that I printed for my Ivy Canon printer just to have as extras. There's 4 like big mountains you have to climb on. They did have a new update. So the snow level, you can either get the snow level or the Mesa level, which I think this is the Mesa level actually in this picture. But Peak is so cozy. It's so fun. We love playing it with our friends. I love playing it with my husband. It's gotta be game of the year. Like, it's just so good. It's so good. So that's basically what I have for these spreads. I'm gonna need to pull in some other things. This divider's also like 100% crooked and it's gonna continue to bother me, so I might as well just fix it. I need to find some deco bits and then I will color in for Wild Robot. What color? Let's do like a dark green. I'm sorry, I'm so sick, you guys. Maybe 950. Oh my god. I got my Wazoo markers. Look for 950. There it is. Turquoise green. And I am gonna rate this, like I said, 5 stars. I'm gonna need to add some deco bits to this, so I'm gonna look for some and then I'll probably be back. But that is it for my first July spread. What was that? Basically, Wild Robot, really good movie, and Peak is such an amazing game. It's on Steam. Highly recommend if you have a PC, or even just like watching VODs on it of people playing is actually the most relaxing thing ever. So yeah, that is that. I'm gonna find some deco. I need like some nature-y deco for both of these. And yeah. Okay guys, I have 3 random sheets of deco. I have like some travel because I thought it would go well with the Peak spread, like the maps, because you do like are climbing a mountain, you know. So I'm gonna use some of these. I don't think I need any of those. Maybe the backpack, duh, because you use a backpack in the game to get places. You need it to like hold your stuff, and then definitely the compass. I feel like that's good. I don't think I need the rest. And then for this movie spread, I think I'll just use the ticket right here. And then let's sprinkle in some of these like small floral deco bits. I don't think I can fit like a lot, but we're just gonna sprinkle in some. Put in some of these just like to add some nature elements, I suppose, you know, because these are both like kind of naturey themes, so I feel like it works. Let's use the stars. Why not? I'm gonna pull out my tweezers. I think I'll use the stars on this one, on this travel. And by the way, I'm sorry if I do a terrible job explaining my media. I feel like I kind of do, but I don't really, honestly, it's been so long, I don't really remember like the movie premises. I'm also terrible at paying attention to things. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I just am, especially like movies. So Jake is like so good at like retaining whatever we're watching or listening and like knowing exactly what's going on. And like, yes, I'm paying attention, but like, can I give you an exact summary of everything that just happened? No, usually not. But that's going to be my little 1st July spread, the Wild Robot and Peak. I think that looks pretty cute. I'm trying to do a little bit less deco. I feel like, where's that spread? This spread was so much deco. It was kind of like a lot. So I'm trying to do a little bit less. And then we're going to move on. So the other 2 things I have one a book and then one a movie. So we're going to hop into those. I don't know which to start with. The book is going to be a lot. It's a lot of quotes and I have no more quote boxes. So I like really don't know how that's gonna go. So maybe we'll start with the movie. So the movie I saw was Superman. Honestly, think I might put this in the middle. I think that might be cute. Those can fit there. Let's see. So I saw Superman in theaters in July, like right when it came out. It was so good. Did I give it? I think I gave it 4 stars. I do rate, I'm a little harsher on like superhero movies. Where's my movie tracker? Superman, yeah, 4 stars. I'm a little harsher on like superhero movies, and I feel like DC has a lot to live up to because like, I don't know, just like I feel like they haven't always had their shit together. So I'm like, you guys need to have like a good movie. Superman was so good. The premise of the story, like in of itself, is amazing. And if you don't resonate with that, I'm sorry. Like, you're part of the problem in this country, you know, because the story about the whole movie was just, it was so good. So yeah, I loved Superman. I'm not like gonna go into like what the movie was about, but he did have Crypto, his dog, which is actually Supergirl's dog, I suppose. But I have the one quote. Where did it go? Where's the dog? Because that's what he says. And then his dog comes running in, Crypto. And Ollie is 110% being Crypto for Halloween. We already have his costume and everything. He looks like Crypto because he's like white. So it just makes sense. Yeah, I loved the dog in the movie. I love any movie with like a dog. This there. I might put in some words because I feel like it's a little empty. We'll put in our star rating here. But yeah, Superman was so good. I was so impressed by it. I think I'm gonna take out some letters and just write. Ooh, we could write Crypto. I freaking love Crypto. Okay, I'm gonna put Superman here just to kind of fill in some of the space. These are the Scrabble letter tiles from SPC. So I'm just gonna write some things out just again to fill the space kind of. I got a lot of art for this, and again, I really loved the movie. I think the story of it is really just something good. It's what is happening right now in America. It's so relevant and it's scary. And I think people need to wake up and see like just how much accuracy is in this movie. Superman. And then I'll put Krypto. We can put it like here, maybe like going down. I loved Krypto. I love any movie with a cute little dog, but Krypto was so cute. And I'm not going to spoil it, but he was just so cute. And Ollie is 100% being him for Halloween. I hope this is how you spell it. I think this is how you spell it, but if not, my bad. My bad for doing you bad, Krypto. But yeah, I'm just going to put this down. I'm sorry if you can hear. Now Mochi's eating the bone, not Ollie. They switch back and forth, but Krypto, Superman, Krypto, that's cute. And then I just need a little bit more deco. We could probably do like some dog deco or something. Okay, I think I'm going to use the rest of this movie deco. It's kind of random, but I feel like the reds match. And I just want to use up this sheet. And I did see this in a movie theater, so it works. And I'm going to use some of these crystals. It reminds me kind of like, I don't know, the kryptonite, I guess. But I felt like, you know what, it works. I'm just trying to use up some of my sheets and also kind of make it relevant. So yeah, that's what we're going to use. And then I'm just going to put in some of this deco. I also brought this out, the little borders from Hannah's shop that are dog themed. I don't think I'm going to use any of them. We need some more like dog themed deco sheets. I feel like dogs in movies, books, everything automatically make the storyline a million times better. Is that just me? I don't know. I really love Abby Jimenez because I've only read 2 of her books so far, but they both had dogs in them. And I don't know if she does that across all her books, but if I was an author, same. Like, and same if I was like a person who made like art for kids, like I'd always put a dog in it. Like, they just make everything better. How can you not smile when looking at a dog, you know? So yeah, I really, really loved Superman. The storyline is great. I loved that they brought a dog in. I'm excited for Supergirl too. I don't think Krypto is going to be in that because I think it's about her time while this movie was filmed, Superman, like in their universe. But yeah, so for Halloween, Ollie's being Krypto, and then I'm supposed to be Wonder Woman, but I got a costume and I don't really like it. And I don't know about buying another one for myself, so we'll see. And then I was gonna make Mochi Wonder Woman too, but then her costume I ordered was way too big, and it's this whole thing. So yeah, I don't know. Let's do red for my stars. I'm gonna do 4 stars. I feel like this one would look good with some foil on it, but I'll have to find some foil. I also bought more like foil bits from Hannah's shop that I'm just waiting for in the mail, so I could also just wait for those, because yeah, unless I do sparkly hollow, because I have so much sparkly hollow. But that is my Superman spread. I love Superman. I feel like this crystal stuff looks like they're like kryptonite stuff. Isn't that what it's called? I don't know. I'm new to DC. I know Marvel a lot better. But I'm new to the DC universe because I feel like this is the first DC universe movie I've watched that I've enjoyed. So yeah. This last spread, I'm going to warn you guys, is going to be very, very chaotic. I actually feel kind of bad how chaotic it's going to be, but I resonated with this book so hard that I got 5 quotes that are so long. I'm sorry, I'm sick. No, 6 quotes. I'm not going to be able to fit all these. Honestly, I'm not. I don't know what I was thinking. I feel bad that I even made Hannah print all this, but I was going to use this beach background because I read this book at the beach, but I have so many quotes and stuff. I don't know, like it might show up, but I also have so many pictures that I'm like, is there a point? I don't think so. I think we're just going to do white. So, the book I read, where's my book? Where's my book? Is The Underwear in My Shoe by Brett Russo. And this is a like personal story for me, obviously. It's an IVF book, and I haven't read like the one where it's like it starts with an egg or whatever. But like I have read reviews that those books are just they're just like, they're not like, it's like a hard book to read, like when you're in the moment of it. And this book was very lighthearted, and she still struggles like hell during her journey and like what she tells you, just the IVF stories. But she makes jokes, and it's just an easier read as someone going through it. Maybe one day I can go back and read the other IVF books. But while I'm going through it, it is so hard for me to act like, yeah, everything's okay. Like, I can just read any book on this subject matter and be okay, because I can't. I absolutely cannot. And so for this book to just, it was like a support system for me, because I don't think any of these quotes are honestly going to fit in anything. I have these that I was going to use because it matches this, but I'm not using that. So I'm like, why would I use, Let's put this book down. But this book is a memoir about Brett Russo's personal journey through IVF, in vitro fertilization, which is something I started last December. I had a video go up on it. It was actually my most watched video of like all time, which is kind of crazy. I'm just trying to see what will fit here. Maybe this one. But yeah, it's been a really, really hard process. It's very sensitive for me. Obviously, I did an IVF cycle in December, and no, I am not pregnant in September. I was supposed to have that baby this month. But I lost it. So it sucks. I'm going to read you guys the quotes, and maybe you'll get a better feel of this book. Again, I'm sorry if this is triggering or anything for you, but just know I'm going through it too. It was tough for me to hear advice from people who I'd witnessed crumbling over for less, as if they would be handling the situation any better than me, somehow insinuating that the feelings I was having were not justified. They'd tell me how to handle this. Just stay positive and it will all work out. How do you know it will work out? Were they in the doctor's office with me when I was told that my IVF procedure didn't work? Did they see the results of my tests? It drove me insane and left me acting very defensively. So relatable. Let's put this one here. And if you guys can't tell, I'm just putting these on the page because I have no more boxes. And honestly, I feel like it takes up less room if I do it like this, so I don't really mind. Like, I feel like my Wild Robot spread, I could have probably done this because my boxes just cover so much. For the first time in my life, I had a problem that I could not fix. I felt lost in my own skin and a stranger to people I used to find comfort in. Positive thoughts fed my body in mass exodus. Exodus? I don't know. And just when I thought I couldn't feel any lower, I realized where we were headed. In vitro fertilization, IVF. Let's see. I told you guys, I have so many quotes. And, like, this book just, like, resonated to me so much. So I do want to try and include them all, but I'm gonna move this up. It also made me realize how scarily insignificant my life was to everyone else. I was officially inside every girl's nightmare. This was my reality, and there was no off switch. So relatable. Put this one here. I'm sorry if you guys think this is too many quotes, but like this book was just everything to me. I also had my mom read it, and she understood so much more. My mom stared at me for a second, and then her eyes filled with tears. I realized in that moment how hard this process must have been for her as well. New territory as a parent, new territory as a friend, not knowing what to say, but being expected to always say the right thing. Whether it was the right thing or the wrong thing, I was glad she was always there. She was one of the few people who I knew understood and was in the darkness with us. Not that I wanted that for her, but I needed that for me. It was selfish, but it was survival. So relatable. My mom is my best friend, and she could not relate any less to what I'm going through. Like, she was fertile Myrtle back in the day, but she's always been there for me. I was feeling more and more alone as I traveled further into this journey. People were starting to lose patience with my suffering, moving on with their own lives. I get it. It wasn't their issue. They had their own problems, but their turning away was still hard to bear. I never had a problem that lasted this long, one that took so much time and forbearance. That they were moving on, and I was still stuck in place, more alone than ever. I guess I understood. How long were they supposed to comfort me in my disappointment? It was isolating. I've come to learn that this process is tougher on a marriage than I ever imagined. It's scary because the after effects run deeper than making up after a typical fight. You don't realize you aren't communicating because both of you are in protection mode. You want to protect yourself and protect your partner. You may not even realize that changes are taking place. The drifting apart is very subtle, and if you don't address it, the effects can be fatal to the relationship. When I consider couples I know who argue about issues that are so less important, I often wonder how they would handle IVF. Would they even know how to? Would they survive? I think this quote is also from this book, but I don't know because I got it printed in another font. Oh my God. This is for Superman. No. I want to put that there. I don't have a freaking quote box. Okay. All right, guys, I just realized this other quote that I thought was for my IVF book, which I didn't really know. I was just confused, actually, is from Superman. So I'm going to pop it in right here at the bottom because I don't have a box that will fit it. I think this would look better in a box on this particular one, but it is what it is. I still want to include it because I like that quote. And yeah, I'm just going to pop it in at the bottom there. I had no idea what that quote was from. Move this. So I just plopped that there. But I'll read you guys the quote. It is, I'm as human as anyone. I get scared. I wake up every morning and despite not knowing what to do, I put one foot in front of the other and I try to make the best choices I can. I screw up all the time, but that is being human and that's my greatest strength. And that's what Superman said. Okay, this is literally all quotes, which it probably does look terrible to a lot of you. Let's put in some of these flowers. And then I do have some deco from Plannahannah, so I think that will kind of save the spread, to be honest, because right now it's looking questionable. But yeah, so this is basically just a memoir about Brett Russo and her IVF journey, but it's just very relatable and it's kind of lighthearted. Obviously, the quotes I read were probably not that lighthearted, but they were the ones that I related to. But yeah, I deeply, deeply enjoyed this book. It was just like comfort for me. It understood me, you know. It was probably the best memoir I have read. I mean, I loved, oh, I need my rating. I loved Crying in H Mart, but I feel like a lot of people can probably relate to crying in H Mart. Might have to lift some of this up. And a lot of people can relate to this too, but I don't know. I just feel so lonely with like the IVF stuff, and I just feel like more lonely than I ever did than with like my AAPI stuff, but like not that it's a freaking competition, you know? Like I just feel like this book really just like read my mind. And it was just, I don't know, it made me feel a lot less alone, I guess. And the IVF journey has been the hardest thing I have ever freaking done. I'm scared to even try it again because it was so traumatizing for me. But that's where we stand today. Okay, so I finished this floral deco sheet. I'm just going to use the rest of these stars. Sorry, this is literally all quotes. I mean, I'm not sorry because it's my journal and I don't care. But I'm definitely using the shots. I got this in Gold Waves to go with the book. I'm definitely using the shots because if you know IVF, it's lots of shots. I guess there was only one shot. I'll use the pills too. This is probably like the doctor's sheet or whatever. From Planahana, but I basically bought it for the shot. But I guess there was only one shot. Is this a shot? I think this is a thermometer. But yeah, very doctor heavy book because during IVF you are going to the doctor literally every day. Basically, it feels like. And you're getting your blood work drawn every day, and you're going home and getting shots every day, and it's absolutely miserable. It's miserable just to all maybe have a baby, and in my case, I did not. It's literally miserable. Like, I would never wish IVF on anyone. On my worst enemy, no. It's a miserable process. It's emotional. It's physically exhausting. Yeah. And I'm exhausted thinking about it. And it's just a miserable life for me, honestly, you know? That I even have to go through this, that we have fertility issues because we want a baby, and then, you know, some people out there can just pop out babies no problem and they don't even want a friggin' baby. Ugh, it doesn't make sense to me, and it never will. But that is my rant. I'm sorry if I seem sad now. It's because I am. But I loved this book. If you're going through IVF, just know, I mean, I can't say it gets better because I'm not on the other end, but just know I also feel for you and I hear you, and read this book because it's a great support system. Let's do 495. Lemon Yellow. Rating this 5 stars, obviously. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm ending this video on such a downer, but like, I gotta be real, you know? I'm sorry. I feel like this spread is so ugly because it's just all quotes, but I don't even care because I did get to highlight the book. And when I look back at this, I get to see all the quotes that resonated with me. And I'm grateful for that, okay? I'm sorry if you think it looks ugly. Like, this one is obviously way more appealing, but this book just really resonated with me. I forgot to explain the pictures I got printed from SBC, which, yes, I got the books all custom printed, and then these like matte pictures printed. I don't know why I can't think. This is a girl thinking she's pregnant in her shadow. This is Our Stories Matter. This is like an IVF thing. All of these are like IVF related. There's like a myth that if you get McDonald's French fries right after your embryo transfer, that it's successful. My embryo transfer was really early in the morning, so we went to get hash browns because they didn't have fries. Maybe why my thing didn't work. I don't know, but that's a myth. So that's that. There's also a myth that pineapple makes you like more fertile and all this stuff, you know, the shots, the pills, the prayers, the soon, the rainbow, and then this is like the emotional roller coaster you're taking on when doing IVF with all the shots and the freaking embryos and shit, sperm chasing you. And then this is another just like image with like the french fries, the pineapple, pills, shots, science, etc. And that is that for my July spreads. I feel like that was a lot. And I'm just like salty now. But I think it looks cute. It's a lot of words. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I should have used this background now. But it is what it is. You know? It is what it is.